Srimad Bhagavatam 10, 80, 23, continuing the Sudama pastime. So till this point, the way in which Krishna is offering extraordinary attention, appreciation, adoration to Sudama is being described. So if we consider Krishna and Sudama. Now after describing this, what about other characters around him? That is described. So now it will be describing about Rukmini. So what does she do is described over here, and then the people in those who work in the palace and others are described. Kuchailam malinam kshamam dvijam dhamni santamam devi paryacharat sakshad chamara vyanjena vai. So this is the 23rd text. Kuchailam malinam kshamam. So that person, so the contrast between Rukmini on one side and Sudama on the other side is being described. That Sudama was kuchailam malinam kshamam. So his clothes were kuchailam, were dirty, were poor and dirty. He was not wearing at all opulent clothes, and they were not even clean. He had been on a long journey now. Just come here. Shamam, Dvijam. So not only that, Dvijam, that Brahman, his condition, his body was so emaciated that Dhamani Santatam, that actually his veins were visible. So generally, if a person's muscles are visible, they are considered very well built. If a person's veins are visible, they are considered very weak. So Devi is, as contrasted, Rukmini is called as the Devi. She is the goddess of fortune. And what is she doing? She is doing Chamar Vyanjena Vai. She is offering Chamar. So it's interesting that Krishna does not have to instruct Rukmini to do anything. Just seeing how Krishna is respecting Rukmini, there's an implicit understanding. There is nothing that Krishna has immediately told Rukmini. There's no description here that, oh, this is my old friend. This is such a heart-to-heart understanding that what is important for the person whom we love is important for us. So love is not just expressive. Expressive means people have public display of affection, as we call it PDA. That may be one express of love, but love is more about being sensitive. Sensitive means we sense the other person's emotions, sense what is important for others. So the idea is, if this is important for you, then it is important for me. If this person is respectable for you, then that person is respectable for me. So in this way, Rukmini offers great respect to Sudama. And while this shows how much Sudama is being respected, it also shows Rukmini's mood of faithful and devoted chastity to Krishna. The next verse describes the people. So 24th verse will describe the people. Antapuro jano sa drishtva Krishnena malakirtina vismito bhut ati pritya avadhutam sabhachitam. So Antapura jano, those people who were in the royal palace. Antapura is the inner chambers here in this case, because it's a palace. So it's Antapura refers to the people in the inner chambers of the palace. Drishtva, They saw. And what did they say? Krishnain Amala Kirtina. So here in the writing itself, there are appropriate describers used over here. Krishnain Amala Kirtina. We discussed how earlier also Krishna was described as the goddess of fortune, Lord of the goddess of fortune, and he is serving so affectionately. Now, Krishnain Amala Kirtina. Krishna is one of spotless fame. That means, what is the relevance of spotless fame? There's a double relevance over here. That he will never do anything questionable. His action will never be anything which will be wrong. His action won't be wrong. But that will never happen. But even he is spotless means now here he is embracing, is hugging a person who is not so clean. Now, he's not unclean in the sense of being impure, but just physically he's not the cleanest of persons, because it's been a long journey. Vismito abhud ati pritya. So they, on seeing Vismito, they were astonished. They became ati pritya. How much affection unto this avdhutam. So here Krishna is simply described as the great person, and this person, now the word used is avadhut. So they are not, now avdhut is not a negative label. Generally avdhut refers to person who is in one sense transcendental or neglectful of or above the rules. So they are not thinking that Krishna is crazy to offer this kind of respect. What they are saying is, this must be some very special person that Krishna is offering so much affection and atipritya and sabhajitam. Not just affection, but even honor is being offered. Atipritya sabhajitam. So in this way, the mood of affection of Krishna is creating waves in Dwarka. Even before he has spoken anything. It is not that Krishna has introduced everyone to Dwarka. In one sense, we could say that Krishna is so absorbed in Sudama that he has forgotten the entire world at this particular time. He is not even thinking about anyone else. Sometimes when we forget, sometimes when we caught in meeting some person and we have a lot of emotion associated with the other person. Then when we come to be aware that, okay, the other person, oh, where are my manners? Oh, this is so and so. Let me introduce the two of you. So like that we may introduce, but here he has not introduced. So what happened is, he has moved on. Now here, Shriya hinena lokesmin. So kim anena krutam punyam. So the people are observing, people are wondering, they are like doing anuman. Kim anena krutam punyan avadhutena bhikshuna. So normally, in general, when any fortune comes upon someone, fortune comes, we look for first an immediate cause. Oh, this person worked very hard. This person is very, very celebrated, famous. But the immediate cause is not there. Then we start looking for a remote cause. So the remote cause in this case they are thinking of is punya. So they are saying, when something happens, Krishna's behavior cannot be arbitrary. Krishna's behavior cannot be whimsical. So kimanena kritam punyam. What punya has this person performed? Avdhutena bhikshuna. By this avdhut who is a bhikshu. Shriya hine lokesmin. He is impoverished. So the immediate cause is not there. He is poor. Garhitena adhamena cha. So people will consider him to be garhitena adhamena cha. People will look down upon him. People will condemn him. So here the courtiers, the royal staff, they are talking by thinking about other people. They are not saying that he is condemned. After all, he is a Brahmana and Brahmanas are respectable. But they are echoing the views of common people. Common means in this case ignorant people. They do not know what this person is. Garhite nadhamenacha. Generally, if a person is, we often judge people by their externals. And here Krishna is seeing far beyond the externals to the heart. Krishna sees, and normally when we look at someone, there is the appearance of that person, and beyond the appearance is the substance. So, Garite nadhamena cha. So they are saying that Krishna is seeing all this. Krishna is not seeing just the appearance. Krishna's vision will go beyond the appearance to substance. But the world's vision will only remain till here. They'll see the appearance. And in terms of appearance, what may be said is that this person is actually garhite, no, is not really very appreciated, will be condemned. Condemned and considered lowly. Garhite nadhamena cha. But then what is happening as contrasted with yo asau triloka guruna, that person is a triloka guru. So these people who are considered that this person is lowly, garhita, and adhamena, those people are considering like this. For those people, what is being said? You think you know so much, but look at what the triloka guruna, what is that person doing? So Krishna's stature is described in two ways. Triloka Guruna, Krishna Mande Jagad Guru. So here is described as Triloka Guru. He is also described as Shri Nivasa. He is the abode of the goddess of fortune. And Sambhritaha Paryankastham Shriyam Hitva Parishvakto Agrajo Yatha. So he is treating this person Sudama as an Agraja. Agraja is an elder brother. That's an interesting point about elder brother. Why reference to the elder brother? Because in one sense, Krishna and Rukmini both offering such respect, they have seen this being done only for Balaram. That both of them offering such respect together, it is not a common event. Now, why not think of him as a father figure? And so, has Krishna not offered such respect to Vasudeva or to Ugrasen? Yes, he may have offered, but Sudama is not of the age of that generation. Sudama is in age, they are peers. So Krishna and Sudama are peers. And therefore, the comparison is done to somebody who is somewhat of a peer in that age. Now, Paryankastham Shriyam Hitva. Paryankastham means to be seated on the same bed. And not only seated on the same bed, to get the Krishna is sitting on the same bed. And although Shriyam Hitva, although he has no wealth, in this case what is happening is Shriyam Hitva is on the bed on which he is seated with Rukmini. He is putting aside, neglecting Rukmini, and he is focusing on this person, Sudama. They don't know who he is, but they think he must be somebody extraordinary. So basically here, the key theme is, we talked about two characteristics of love. So the first, from Rukmini Krishna interaction, is that love means what is important for you is important for me. That is one sign of love. Without even knowing who Sudama is, she is offering respects. And the second is that in terms of Krishna and Sudama, love leads to absorption. He's become so absorbed. Now, absorption does not here mean that he's become neglectful of etiquette, But absorption means that he is just forgetting everyone else, as is described over here. Shriyam hitva, he's putting aside absorption in beloved, and to some extent forgetfulness of everyone else. This forgetfulness is not like a deliberate disrespect, but it's just that one is so delighted to see the object of love that one just forgets everything else. This is what has happened over here. And this is the sweetness of love. Thank you.